fan stands still.
See, gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Oh, we can go into Kim's room.
The
Nice.
bathroom mirror has been wiped.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of like just at a loss for words right now because the whole scene was very intense. Earlier. I'm just trying to process what happened. Oops. It's just really unfortunate that so many people had died. I don't really know how I could have done better besides what happened to the gardener. Yeah, I mean, we just had low rhetoric and our only option was to shoot, right? We could have tried rhetoric, I guess, but it was just 28%, you know? Alarm set for 6:50 a.m. Medicinal supplies on the cupboard. Mercochrome, a scalpel, antibiotics. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of Lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes in this and the other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room.
Closes the
You
note.
were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer.
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced.
There's a pause.
Let's go. I am sure.
Oh.
I am sure neither of us feels solid enough to keep loitering in this room.
Okay. Newly pressed glass shining in the morning light. This stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. Oh, there's people down here too. Gosh, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay? Okay. Looks like she's left something on the table. Next to stacks of bills, you see a note, a few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry I effed everyone over. I didn't kill him. Gift upstairs.
A gift.
The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. What could this gift
I
be?
am not drawing my gun yet, but I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you. It seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
We look at her rough, jagged handwriting on the note. She was in a rush, but not panicked, deliberate, focused. I mean, there's nothing else in here, right? Pity. I was kind of hoping the gift will be in here. She really cleaned this out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing. Of course you were. How does that work anyway?
How does what work?
Amphetamine. Does it make you a better detective?
Be honest. He's not grilling you, he just wants to know. Ask if he's ever wanted to take it too. Hmm? I mean, it does make us a better detective.
Maybe I should.
He lets out a loud pensive hum, rubbing his shoulder. The beating he took must be more serious than he lets on.
Doesn't the pupils and the gurning jaw, the sweating, doesn't it become tiring after a while?
That's the best part. Shows the medicine is working. I understand it's unbecoming, but if I don't perform this job well, I'm nothing. It's the price I pay. To harm Perlodon to notice. Before you ask, Perlodon is used for radiation sickness. Looking like a beast in heat is serious downside, yes.
Right, I'll give it some thought. Should we go?
He seems satisfied with your answer. It's very interesting. Funny little tidbit from Kim. A red thread made of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. You see the same two neon lit shapes, a man and a woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. A prime to widen into a radius of locations in Martinez. B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. Where does the thread lead? It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of the possible angles, from beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay. She's trying to tell us the shark came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
He nods. There are ruins on that islet, a sunken sea fort. I thought I saw it through the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
He looks out the window and onto the bay. How did she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
Yeah, she would have seen the glass explode,
It
right?
also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know.
That's true.
The question is, should we trust her?
This is her way of saying she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
This is also the only point of origin we haven't rolled out yet.
So it is.
For a second, he seems tired. You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. Maybe we need to go to the island? The wind blows in from the open window. Lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. He sees danger, another trap perhaps? He must be cautious for a reason. This man has decades of experience. There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower. I remember an anti-aircraft gun or the ruins of one on the island from a coin-operated viewer.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
He nods. Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing. You're not afraid, are you?
No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment. I am a creature of pride, you see.
There's a
Instead of
silence.
Becoming a joke.
It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is. Let's go to the frickin' island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island.
He takes a second to gather himself, then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Leanne, the netpicker, she's towing a boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Okay. Let's step out here if there's anything else we can take a look at. They're just tied to the antenna. Okay. We're really coming to the end here, I think. Unfortunately, there's some things we never got to do, which is okay. I wonder if we can still sing karaoke. Yeah, I'm pretty not happy with people dying and stuff.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
He looks you over. I did, thank you. Big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He clears his throat. He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone, so to say.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also,
He raises his finger.
You and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not.
He adds.
It just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here.
He shakes his head.
And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was.
He nods.
That's because I'm a bad ass.
He tries to remain aloof. Really took courage, don't peck at him. If you say it as is two different worlds like that, it just sounds like something is wrong with just nods stoically. He nods back at you even more stoically. Just two bad amen nodding stoically. Make that three. The lieutenant is nodding too. Hands crossed. Oh my gosh, look at them all nod. Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Ah, sorry, I had to grab some water. Okay. Can we still sing karaoke?
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
The hand conundrum too close to the mic. Darn it. Even this guy's gone, the cook. I guess we shouldn't be running. We should just be walking.
Hi again, gendarme.
No,
Bye-bye, gendarme.
he's not even phased. Oh, so sad. Oh, man. Gotta talk to Titus, I guess. Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beer in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker.
He lets out a whistle.
Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand. This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances. Shake his hand and nod in silence.
Now, how can I help you?
His grip is strong and friendly. I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed.
His bruised face stiffens.
But Lizzie and Angus,
He gulps.
they were just stupid kids. Didn't realize the shit they got into before it was too late. I feel responsible for both. For all of them, really.
It's really sad. Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
He takes a sip of his beer. Hold on, what about that shanky fellow?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him.
He shakes his head.
He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him. They were all good people. I'm sorry I went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
The lieutenant shakes his head but doesn't say anything. Go ahead then. Maybe they'll only break his legs.
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then,
He thinks for a moment.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother.
He pauses.
Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
Do you know what happened to Clausier?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all the hell, he's still bitter about her. Titus, after all we've gone through level with me, you really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you,
Looks like your bandages.
I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica visiting Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
You're welcome,
Okay.
Claude. You're all right in my book.
Titus' response is completely unironic.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
He says with a warm smile.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
He nods to you and then the lieutenant.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead. Your Sam could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise.
He puts his can down.
Now scoot, 'cause the Hardy Boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Beano Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Hardy looks at his spear. Oh man. It's just so heavy, I don't really know what to say. I'm just kind of absorbing their reactions. I feel like we're almost to the end of the game now, so kind of just want to finish it today. Bonjour something something. I cannot read it. One day I will return to your side. The graffiti has been painted over the traces of the flight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. Goes with Cindy the Skull. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. Lieutenant Croucher's touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? Sit back, Lieutenant. Oh, secret test complete. Fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message. Disco Elysium. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout in springtime. Cool. Wash basin. Hand-eye coordination.
Mon Dieu, you set it on fire. What kind of a honest man are you?
A beacon of light in the dull shores of mediocrity. You're welcome, Martinez.
Oh, well, thank you, officer. It certainly lightened the mood. Very cozy, like a little street fair almost.
This is a funny reaction. Oh, man. Okay, I just want to go straight to the island, so let's do that. Actually, is there anything else we really want to do before we we can call the station, yeah. Okay, let's call the station. I wonder what he has to say, if he says anything.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
It hurts.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it.
He nods thoughtfully.
So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
I'm just looking around, loose threads to
Good luck
tie
with
up.
that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
Still angry with me?
Fuck it. I'm a bad guy now. There's things more important than holding a grudge. It's okay. You've been through enough. We are what we are. And you're a cop. Shoot. Sorry, man. Didn't mean it like that. Ask away.
I met her.
Okay.
Seems a little apprehensive. What are you doing? I let her go.
Woof. Good on her. And good on you, too, my man. That's
He looks for the words.
merciful. Downright merciful. You cops keep exercising that muscle, and people will be more willing to cooperate, you know.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one day.
Interesting. So you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. It's radio.
How may I assist you?
We're calling the station, right?
Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Ten four, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one.
Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer. I've heard that some people think of me all up with their mother's peon. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir.
He says reluctantly. Doesn't mean people know I'm a dirty cop because I am. The dirtiest, most dangerous cop in Riverstone. My reputation precedes me.
I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
Okay.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I think this will be our only chance. Oh gosh, this is almost done 4 minutes. To do the karaoke, so let's do that. We'll dress in all our drama. And maybe even use the rest of our skill points, because we're not going to need them anymore, I think. We'll see. Need that on. And that on. This on. Okay. Alright. We won't be able to do it in the evening, but that's okay. After this, we'll go straight to the island. Unfortunately, I feel like we ended up coming across some things kind of late. Like, it would have been nice to be able to go to the book club again, but it's okay. I wanted to unequip this because that's kind of weird to be holding that. Alright.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know.
Only 28. Let's do it. I'm gonna raise this because we can. Drama. We can do it twice. Well, let's revert. Let's just do one at a time and see what our stat goes to. 42? Okay. Alright, there we go.
So, are you ready for your thing now?
Oh, I forgot. One last thing. We can take a smoke, our last one. Let's do it.
So,
Alright, 72. No, we failed. Ah! The air is thick with anticipation. What a waste. No. I know, right? Friggin' 72. Oh well. The tape clicks into the carousel and then the music starts. God, a lump is in your throat suddenly. And I was dressed for the occasion too. Oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh.
The smallest church in Sunset. Now it once was larger.
I just have a stupid smile on my face. Oh my gosh.
How the real may rest through the mist there
Can't believe we failed 72%.
towards the seven sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters. At all.
Did you hear that? The most pathetic applause in the world. Made of pity. No matter the time of day, no matter how small the audience, this is a pitiful applause. You didn't like it, huh? Your words echo in the karaoke mic. They sound sparse. The room is almost empty. I'm up here singing my friggin' heart out, and it's not good enough for you, Evers. You hear, or think you hear, an uncomfortable shifting sound. A bit of laughter, maybe? No one's saying anything.
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay?
You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sang about real stuff.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
He presses stop on the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of feedback, and then the mic dies in your hand. That's it. You're empowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass.
Lieutenant closes his notes. You liked it?
Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
I mean it, he thinks. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance. Wonderful. Thank you, Kim. You're my best friend.
Birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Nice. Learning cap for logic raised to 4. It's hard for me to say anything because I'm still thinking about the whole shootout episode. It was very intense, and I wish things turned out a lot differently. Okay. Let's not be dressed like a insane person. And just be dressed like a little less insane person. Okay, let's head to the fisherman shacks and head straight to the island. There's a check somewhere. Wash basin. What's this, right?
Our tenant, the policeman.
I got
I hope
shot.
the waves don't keep you up at night. What can even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
This is no time for a joke. Can't you see I'm in pain? I guess you were right. The men with guns were coming after me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. They are always more coming for your kind, officer.
And we'll be ready for them. What is this wash basin? Check. I don't even know where it is. Oh well. Leanne, I need a boat.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed in you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee. I got shot in the foot. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
She's not letting it go that easily.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot. I dodged the second shot. I can also not get shot. You should see the other guys.
Well, good for you. Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tide just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
She points to her skiff next to the jetty. 2 days of sunshine? I just got a bacterial infection. Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat.
Her eyes narrow.
And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Nod along attentively. What if I want a rock? The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you. It's on that island. I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hadn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there.
Well.
Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
The south side, okay.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. Be sad to lose the first one.
That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that. Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Okay. Let's talk to the twins really quick and then we'll head off to the island. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it. Okay, kids. You've been to that island, right?
That island?
The one who's busy kicking the stone points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
Nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great.
The boy pauses to think with his finger in his mouth.
And we make a fire. We make a fire.
The other one butts in.
Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets. empty bullets.
His brother nods. Bullet shells? There are a lot of them left over for the war, but this could be important. Wait, you mean
I
shells?
don't know what those are.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings stink for the mention of a guy. Someone lives on the island?
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him, then you.
Let's go with yes.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
The other explains. Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one adds, laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. Because he doesn't want to be found, smoke traces. A suspicious request made out of fear. He mentioned something about lights.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the streetlight.
Yes.
The boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
The first one pauses to think, then comes to some kind of conclusion.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
Then we'll say in unison, how come?
We ran. He just yelled. We shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that. He didn't.
His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying.
I don't know.
The boy who made the claim finds himself unsure of it. He looks around.
Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
The other watches him, brows knitted. The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense. Is that all you know? Anything else? The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Okay. Definitely. Alright, let's get in the boat. Skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color, industrial paint over fresh tar. You can see it reflect off the water, along with the factory number A72. Once you get in it, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this. Is there anything else we need to do? I don't think so. Yeah. One thing I do want to do, actually, really quick. We have all these books we didn't get to read, but that's okay. Let's inspect suzerainty, because I actually want to kind of learn about this before we leave. In your hand you hold a brand new copy of the game Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. Leave it perfect and undisturbed. Shake the box. The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions. Good thinking. It could be a collectible someday. Okay. Anyways, let's do it. The skiff floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off to the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Oh, we already read this. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What? How else do we blast Sad FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM.
He gives you a resigned shrug. Get in and ride to the island. Am I gonna be holding the boombox? Oh yeah. The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off, and there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There's very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms and the cliffs above you.
Let's go.
He whispers. Makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean. The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast. This leads to the depot on Land's End.
Ah, yes. So it seems.
The lieutenant looks at the mechanism overhead. What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Tension inflammable. There's a lingering trace of mazout in the air. Some feel is leaked out of the barrel, black viscous. The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. What is that flutter? The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105, underneath the flutter. On the islet, there's almost no wind, just a light movement of air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other. The great ghost of the air is holding his breath. To the west, a silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a tree pine. To the east, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Ahead, a low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient sills and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building. Beyond that, further north, air flows out of a pillbox window. There's very little there. The air cossettes flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. Below the silence, Koldo Mama Dakwa. Kim.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin. Not you. You're concentrated on how. It's pretty... Have you noticed how quiet it is?
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
Wait.
Yes? It is. Is that why we are stopping?
I guess that's
Yes.
it.
It is.
Sprout says ICM. You see a little star with specks on it. You recognize this little birch from the coin-operated viewer. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. Well, I guess we're getting out this way, right? This was once an armament rest. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. What is this? An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, which makes electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into your wall to the right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrier, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere.
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
If anyone stays here, they need a generator. Tap on the side. A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift. What does this mean, a generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
I mean, why is it here?
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly with a faint howl. Inside it's warm. Lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown viscous liquid pours out, and the room fills with chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch, pull the rope. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Well, I guess we turned it on. I don't know why we did that, but... There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-covered books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out Karakool blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
The lieutenant inspects the bed. How recently? You force the rest of the sentences out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
He looks at you with a touch of concern. You face a concrete wall. There's less light there in the dark corner, like a dog. You lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed. Curl up with your knees and close to your chest. The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. An hour, maybe? The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until... You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch. From the blackness, it's evening.